Family, what's going on? I appreciate you guys being here. Good evening to the nightcap. Kyle Anderson, Bama Football on YouTube. It is Monday. It is June 9th. Can I get a roll tide inside the comment box? Woo! Yo, this was a big pickup today, all right? Sam Utu comes in, 6'3", 330 pounds. We said, and it looked like following a very productive weekend in recruiting, that eventually the recruits would start to commit. And anytime you get a Fong bomb or whatever it is, like these are the guys who know. These are the guys who are dialed in. And we sat back and we watched Courtney Morgan reel in another one from California. And I honestly feel that with Sam Utu coming on board, look, Alabama, I think, has been very selective on taking commitments over the last, year and a half. 6'3", 330 pounds, offensive guard. I was combing through the articles, and you should go check out the recruiting articles, whether that's 24/7 or on 3. 6'5", 6'3". Twan's saying he's 6'5". I think he's 6'5". I think you're right. And one of the things that I was, it kept on being a theme is the playing style here under Ryan Grubb. That name was used a lot along with, vibing with Courtney Morgan. I started thinking about it. I was like, man, hell yeah. Think about this from a young man's perspective. Like, he comes in and he can already tell that the system that Ryan Grubb is going to have is going to fit his playing style, right? And you want road graders, but you want guys who understand conceptual football. And so getting in Samuelu Utu, is absolutely monumental. This is a fantastic ad in the month of June. Is it going to be the catalyst to a whole avalanche of recruits coming in? I don't know. But I think it's a hell of a start in the month of June. I know other prospects have theirs, but I'm not really worried about where Alabama is in the recruiting rankings at all. Like, I've never really been one to worry about that stuff because Alabama is always going to get their guys. But it's about vetting and making sure that you have the right guys coming in. So, hell of a job to the staff. You know who's done a really good job is Coach Kapilovic, right? Coach Kapilovic's over here. I don't know if he gets enough credit. So right here you have the family, right, of Sam Utu. This is like, if you didn't know, Courtney Morgan's a big dude. He's a big dude. Yeah, I think you're right. I think Sam is about 6'5", because Courtney Morgan is definitely taller than 6'3". Yeah, so we'll update that. I appreciate it, man. And then Coach Kapilovic's not small either, all right? And he's done a great job with the offensive line. I think you look at the last couple of offensive line coaches here, I think after Kyle Flood, Brent Key, Kyle Flood, who was that from Kentucky was the offensive line coach? He was here for like a year or two. I think Coach Kapilovic's it. I think he's done a really good job. And he's done a good job recruiting as well. So anytime that you have the prospects talk about, vibing with the program, Coach Courtney Morgan, and also understanding conceptual football, man, hell of a pickup today. All right. What's up? I see you guys inside the comment box. Good to see you, Alex. Let me do some roll call real quick. Let's see who's up in the house tonight. I appreciate you guys rocking with me on this beautiful Monday, June 9th. You know what? First of all, we will do a double dip because it's Miss Kimberly's birthday. She's 36 years old. We appreciate you. We love you. Happy birthday. As I said earlier today, I hope you have a wonderful year. I hope all your dreams come true. The rest is this June. It's summer. Having a summer birthday, that's what's up. All right, Twan, good to see you as well. Dan Caraway, good evening to you. Daniel Adams, what's up, man? Jason, Josh, King Riz, of course, Alabama Renegade, the artist formerly known as Sean, checking in. Jowan Mahone, what's up, man? Good to see you, bro. Neil, good to see you, man. Roll Tide to you. Gordon, go get it, man. What's up? Southern Red, appreciate you being here. Hugh Jordan, Roll Tide in 25. Love it. Thank you very much for joining us. Chance, what's up, man? Good to see you. Alex Wilder, always up in here. Mike G, what's up, Mike G? Good to see you. Anna, good to see you tonight. Appreciate you being here. Herman, always perfect attendance. Case, what's up, man? Good to see you. Kay says Eric Wolfer was the offensive. Thank you. That's who I was. That's who I was thinking about. You know, you get 41 years old. You know, you're like, who was that? What did I eat yesterday? No, just kidding. But yeah, I appreciate it. Joe Stevenson, what's up, man? Joe Stevenson says, I'm new to your show, but I like it. Dude, we like you, Joe. And you know what, man? This show is clearly about Alabama football. Sometimes we discuss life and other different topics, whatever, you know, is happening. But, dude, like, come with it, man. You have your opinion, throw it on the show. It's all good, man. We'll never talk down to you. We'll interact with you. I appreciate you being here. So anyways, gigantic pickup with Sam Utu. Love the photo shoot. Alabama's been doing a hell of a job with the photo shoots, and I think more guys are going to come in. Let me ask you this before I move on from Sam Utu. In terms of the magnitude of getting an offensive lineman, let's do a scale of 1 to 10. How excited are you about this commitment? Scale of 9 to 10. What do you guys think? All right, scale of 9 to 10. Scale of 1 to 10. What would you think? I'm probably going to say maybe like a 7.5 or 8, maybe a little bit higher. I think this is a pretty big pickup, to be honest. I think that, offensive line, look, you can get offensive linemen. I still feel that defensive lineman is the hardest position to recruit, but anytime you got someone like this coming in, high 4-star, I mean, look, I would assume the numbers are a little bit higher. 6, 9, 10, 9. So, yeah, maybe mine was a little bit low out the jump. Maybe like an 8. And I'm not like trying to gas up anything. It's just this is a big pickup. Robert Hell, what's up, man? Yeah, that's why I've had the night shows, man, because I know everybody can't make the morning shows. It's all good. Mike G saying 11. He's like, offensive linemen are crucial. Yeah, you're not going anywhere else without linemen, right? All right. I figured it'd be good. So good pickup for Alabama. You know, I was thinking about it as you look to kind of the commitments. At a glance, Alabama now has 6. We'll walk over them real quick and, kind of go one by one. You had Jordan Edmonds, a 5-star, who was just here. He's out of Georgia, right? The number 2 player in the state of Georgia, which is amazing. I'm really high on this. This guy, I think, is going to be an absolute baller, right? Already is. Zion Gibson, right? Out of Alabama, Gadsden, Alabama. Another corner. You got your 2 corners right here. Jamarian Matthews was recently here as well, also out of the state of Georgia, down here. Welcome in Sam Utu, 6. Yeah, see it says 6'5" there. Thanks, Twan. 330 pounds, out of California. Yeah, Chris Booker. This young man committed a long time ago, out of Atlanta. And then Camarion Johnson down here, also out of Alabama. So you have 6 on board right now. I think that I don't know where they get towards the end of June, but I would imagine this isn't the only prospect to commit in the month of June, right? How are you guys feeling about the class right now? Is there anybody worried about recruiting? Is there anyone out there like kind of freaking out? I'm not. They'll get theirs. Which quarterback do you think will commit? Do you think it'll be Jet Thamala? You think he'll decommit from Iowa State? Or do you think it'll be Matt Ponatowski? Who was the Gatorade Player of the Year in football and in baseball? And I guess if Matt Ponatowski comes to Alabama, he'll play both football and baseball. Did you see that? Man. For whatever reason, that really never works out. You always end up having somebody who, says they're going to play 2 sports, but they only play 1. Remember when we thought that Kool-Aid was going to play basketball? Do you remember this? Do you remember before Alabama got like really, really good at basketball? when we thought, we thought Kool-Aid and Terry Arnold were going to play basketball for Nate Oates. Do you remember this? Those are like the early Nate Oates days. All right, so you have a hell of a Cali connection, okay? Over the last, year and a half, Courtney Morgan has went into California, and he's pulled out some prospects, okay? And look at the guys that he's brought in. I still don't know too much about Alex Osproff, the punter. This is like the one question mark I still have. Not saying he's bad or anything. That I don't know about him. You never hear about special teams until like you're actually watching these guys. But I'll go one by one. All right. Okay, this is the Cali connection, right? Dejoun Lee, absolute baller. I have no idea how you keep this guy off the field this year. Jackson Lloyd, right? Offensive tackle. You know what? You see him 6'6", 300 pounds probably right now. He's a hell of an athlete too. Cavante Henry. I didn't hear too much about him during springtime. Don't take anything by that. But I mean, go by his highlight tapes. Absolute stud. Abdul Sanders. This guy balled out this spring. Balled out. Okay. You have Chuck McDonald, who just got here, a week ago? About a week ago. Same thing with Caleb Edwards, the tight end, 6'6", 235 pounds, and then Sam Utu, right? And then I guess you could throw in like a couple, transfer guys or whatever if you want. But I consider like Damani Jackson still more of a Saban guy, even though he's from California, right? Hey, Army 3275, prayers up for you, bro. Whatever you're going through, man, just keep on marching through. We appreciate your service to this great country. We love you. We appreciate you, dude. Whatever you're going through, man, just keep that laser focus one step at a time. Cali connection. Love it. Does anybody have a problem with them recruiting prospects from California? I personally and they are dedicating resources to the home state of Alabama. They really are. They're doing a good job recruiting the state. But it doesn't bother me. Like, I like the Cali connection. Guys from California can absolutely play. We've had guys from California come here before and ball out. So but I definitely think that California is a pipeline for this state. Let me ask you this. What particular states right now would you say are they're recruiting all over, but what states would you say are pipeline states for this coaching staff? It seems to me like Cali and Georgia are like two states that Alabama likes to work in so far. No, they're going all over. I mean, they just hosted a Malachi Lee from Hawaii. They're going after Panatowski from, Ohio. But it seems to me like Cali and Georgia are two states that they've been doing a pretty good job on, right? Yeah, Cali. Twan saying Cali and Georgia. Same with me, bro. Here's where things look like recruiting-wise, and I know, a lot of people follow 247 or On3. I mean, I look at On3 more. It's nothing against any other side. It's just I've explained why. The aesthetics look a little bit better to me. USC still has 28 commitments at this point in time, which is absolutely amazing. LSU has 9 total commitments and 2 5-stars. Ohio State has 2 5-stars and 14 overall commitments. Notre Dame has 15 commits. Georgia has 1 5-star, 13 total commits. Texas A&M has 13. And you know what's interesting about this right here is the fact that Alabama only has 6 commits. Only 6. And they are still up here in the top 10. Isn't that amazing? And I think that tells me, like, because look at all these. Everybody's in the double digits except, LSU has 9, but they have 2 5-stars. I think that this tells me once more guys start committing to Alabama, Alabama probably finishes out with the top 3 class, right? I mean, think about the guys who will probably jump on board. Xavier Griffin, right? Crowell. Edwards, right? Edwards. Yeah, and I think you're right, Eric D, inside the comment box. Probably more about kind of the quality. But, man, this is amazing to be sitting at number 8 with only 6 guys. In USC, look, they have 28 guys, which is impressive. 10 3-stars, though, and 17 4-stars and 1 5-star. I think these numbers will equal out in Alabama's way. So this will be an interesting time capsule to come back and watch. So who's next? Let me ask you this inside the comment box. Post, if you follow recruiting with the microscope, who do you think is next to commit? Chad, what's up, man? I got you in the raffle, bro. Twan is saying Jet Washington. That would be crazy. That breaks the internet for sure. Who do you guys think? Could it be Brian Williams? A 6'4" wide receiver out of Florida. Top 100 player in Florida. Look, this would be tight if you get Brian Williams and Ryan Williams. The Williams connection. Lil Ye has Nolan Williams coming in next. But Brian Williams was also predicted to come to Alabama or to commit to Alabama today. 6'4" wide receiver. Man, one thing that I do like about this staff is that they really like length. Look, like, you know, is 6'1" tall? Sure. But there's a big difference between 6'1" and 6'4". You have Brian and Ryan Williams. No relation other than the fact that they would both be slicing up the offense or slicing up the defense. Ooh, Xavier Griffin. That would be crazy. But see, Xavier Griffin isn't committing up until what? Like June 28th or something like that? I think they're going to get, you know, a few more commitments before that point in time. I think Brian Williams. I don't do predictions or whatever, but I think, you know, if I had to, you know, it seems like this could be one to watch, right? Today's hoodie, we started out this week with the absolute banger. So this is the hoodie that we're raffling. You guys know how to play the raffle. It's $10 to get into the raffle. Bama_YouTube on Venmo, Cash at Bama YouTube. So up to 3 opportunities, and we'll spin the pinwheel probably on Tuesday's show. Well, Tuesday we'll be back at 10 a.m. But this is tight. And if you want the gear directly, I always tell you guys, go to Athletes Thread or Team Fanatics. But this one's cool because you have like the mean Alabama elephant, right? You can get your name on the back. So that's what we're rocking with today for the hoodies. We showed this morning. This is so tough. I think it was Byron inside the comment box, or Brian. He was telling us about like the entire setup here and that they're taking down these hogs. You guys saw this, right? All right. So I don't know. You know, I guess we'll have to see who's next. But it doesn't matter. I mean, to me, I think that they're in a good position. And pretty soon, these guys, you know, they'll be climbing the chart in the recruiting rankings. So, again, if you want to get into the raffle, Bama_YouTube and Cash at Bama YouTube. All right. So, yeah, I just wanted to come and hype up Sam Utu a little bit tonight on the show. I had a couple short form videos go today, but as you know, I've been messing around with like an evening show along with the morning show that I have. All right, Chance, I got you, man, in the raffle. That's what's up, bro. Good day. Thanks for jumping in. Does anybody have any questions or comments? Recruiting, life, Alabama football. I'll be on here for a few more minutes. If you guys, you know, want to post up or have any, you know, thoughts that you want to see put on the screen, I'll also leave the raffle up for a few minutes. And then we'll get tucked in and get ready for this next beautiful day on Tuesday. Chad has it the next 5-star safety, not Jet. Jariah Edwards. Yeah, Jariah Edwards. I mean, are you going to get all of them? Probably not. But, I mean, Jet Washington and Jariah Edwards, both of those guys were recently here. Jariah Edwards, it seems like he absolutely loved his visit. There's some great recruiting articles on him. And you know what? I seen this. Galu Tongo Vailoa, to his dad, has been like recruiting, right? For Alabama. Like, or I don't know if he's like, you know, he's not part of the staff or anything like that. Hey, Joseph S., I got you in, man. And I saw Blake Sims here, too. I have to follow up to see what Galu's doing. I don't know. It's amazing that his family, that the Tagovailoa family is helping out or, kind of around campus still because they are wonderful people. Joe, you think Jet is better than Jeriah Edwards? I was kind of wondering that as well. Chad, this is a straight up hoodie. So you put this on in June or July, you'll be like Kane Womack. But Kane Womack, all he wears is hoodies. I got this shirt right here that I'm wearing. I got this at Walmart. And it's one of my favorite college shirts. I have it in white and black. It was, I think it was $20. The Walmart here in Northport has so much Alabama gear. Tuan saying, can you make a shirt say, do you speak? That's tight. Yeah. All right. Chance is saying, do you think we'll get Xavier Crowell? Yeah, I do. Let's ask the audience too on this. So Xavier Crowell, elite running back who reclassified from 2027 to 2026. It seems like he's definitely trending towards Alabama. What do you guys think? Xavier Crowell. I'm going to say that he commits to Alabama. I'm just going off the guys who know every single thing about the sport. I think he's already been predicted to commit to Alabama. Now, I have seen him at Texas. I saw him at Georgia. He's going to take his visits, but Alabama, I believe that's the last stop that he makes. So in terms of getting the red carpet treatment, does Alabama – and you know what? Alabama's bringing in a couple other running backs too. But I think Crowell – I think he commits to Alabama. And that would be another pickup that's monumental, especially being an in-state guy. But plus, I don't care where he's from. That guy can play. What about Sadarian Morgan? That's the one I'm wondering about as well. Jawan is saying Texas. Eric D, be tight. So Eric D is saying the next commitment he's predicting would be Malachi Lee. Can you imagine if you get Malachi Lee following Sam Utu? Yo, that would be – because Malachi Lee, so you get your guard, right, Sam Utu, and then you get your tackle. Thereafter, that would be a slam dunk. What's up, L. Davis? Chad is also saying Tank Jones is ours. There's another one. Tank Jones would be – this class could be – man, if things go the way – I'm kind of feeling that the way they go, like – they might be the number one class. Look at where, and I don't think this is too far out there. I don't think we're just gassing up. Like, look, Xavier Crowell, Sadarian Morgan, Xavier Griffith. I mean, man. And now that the university can pay the players, right, and work off that budget, and along with the NIL opportunities that these guys can get, I mean, multimillionaires. It's not about kind of these renegade boosters, so I think it's kind of an equalization now, starting July 1 at least. I think it's going to be an amazing recruiting class. I wouldn't be so shocked if it's the number one class. That's just it. And credit to the staff because they did not let recruiting slip after Coach Saban left. I still can't believe that they were able to get all those guys in Coach DeBoer's first year. I think we might look back and be like, wow, that's incredible. And look how they recruited. Able to get Dejon Lee, Lazier Brooks, Keelan Russell, right? Just to name three. But if you really look to the first class that they built, man, that's a hell of a foundation for Coach Kalen DeBoer to step up on. Anyways, I wanted to jump on here tonight and just, rap with you guys for a little while. I appreciate the guys' support. Thank you so much for being here on the show tonight. We'll be back tomorrow on Tuesday. We'll talk a little team. We'll talk a little recruiting. And I think we're due for a call-in show, too. So maybe call-in show like on Wednesday or something like that. I'll keep you posted. But I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for rocking with me on YouTube. Remember, we have a Facebook page as well. Get some sleep. Enjoy your life. And I'll see you next live right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Enjoy your evening, and I'll catch you.